What's up, everybody? What's up, and welcome back to On the Warpath. It is your boy Sanchez 405 coming at you. If you're new to the channel, make sure you click that subscribe button and you hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. As always, like, comment, share this video out because you know what we do here, family. We talk about our Washington Commanders. It's Wednesday night, so it's Warpath Wednesday. So we get to preview the upcoming match, and hopefully we can finally get this nasty taste out of it because losing sucks. It might be your boy's fault because I wore that chain after the Broncos game. Yeah, I'm just putting it out there in experience. So I had to go into the deep, dark South to find a good friend of the program who's come on here a couple of times, but we got him out of work release. The Falcon expert from the land of D2 football championship heaven, by way of Valdosta. He's down there in Texas now. But if you do it twice, you might miss him. We bring on Sid, a.k.a. Blake, from First Street Podcast. Sir.
Welcome, my brother. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. My welcome. Okay, I'm so used to welcoming people. Thank you. Hey,
it feels good to have you on here. You don't have to do anything. Your hands are free. You don't have no graphics. You ain't got to worry about nothing. But you are going to get drilled with questions, though, today, right, as my boys look to continue a 3-game winning streak against your Atlanta Falcons, which before 2021, when Taylor Heineke went insane on y'all, we hadn't won a game against y'all. I mean, it was like Doug Johnson, Michael Vick, Matt Ryan, all these quarterbacks y'all have had, and we could not find a way to remedy it. Finally did it in 2021 on the most improbable of throws and catches and pass plays and all this stuff in between. I just remember because we had Toothpick on this channel watching the game, and I could not believe what happened. But your Falcons, man, 3-2, and I asked you this question. I'm going to dive right into it. I give you a year and some change now. How do you feel about number 9? How you feel about Desmond Ritter? You're a hater.
I've been on record saying that I did not like the pick. I mean, I watched him play, my Georgia Bulldogs when he was in the University of Cincinnati, and for this system, he has to be able to run the ball because that's what makes the system work. Along with the running back. And until last week, it didn't seem like he was a willing runner. I run if I have to, but I really don't want to. So, that's how I say it. I mean, I will say this. They got on him about those throws. Mm-hmm. Whoever coached him up during the week, because prior to that, where he was looking, where he was throwing. So they coached him up very well last week. He was looking linebackers off. He was looking safeties off. And he was coming back the other way. He made some nice accurate throws. There were not a lot of nice catches out there. There were a few drops, made to be seen. But hey, I have to also say, he hasn't had a full year, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. Start out 2-0.
Hey, run straight in. Let me go put the combat hat on.
Oh, see, man, look at it. He gonna be shifting those hats and everything the whole time. Started out 2-0 against Bryce Young, and the Panthers beat them. Had Atlanta there. Been blown out the last couple of weeks against at Detroit, at Jacksonville, Houston. So y'all 3-0 at home, 0-2 on the road. Y'all looking to keep the streak going and get above 500 to go 4-2. So what's been the success of what do you think's been the success of them at home as opposed to being on the road? Now I know they got a playoff team and a team who's up and coming in Detroit, but what's been the method at home?
Well, just in case you don't know, Ritter is undefeated in the Georgia Dome, dating back to last year. So he's like 5-0 in Atlanta, inside the dome in Atlanta. It's just on the road where he disappears. I think part of it is the head coach who's slash offensive coordinator with the offensive coordinator that we actually have. And it's like they had to get together and say, wait a minute, we're not doing what he does best. And those last two games that we lost, they didn't come out doing what he did best. He didn't come out doing what we did best. And they're still trying to fix the offensive line. So that's part of it. Until they fix an offensive line, it's going to be a slight struggle. But I personally did not pick the Falcons to win those two games against Jacksonville. So, I'm right on point for what I expect. I still expect them to win at least 10 games. I expect them to win 10 games. Corey, don't do it like that, Corey.
Wait, you got the Saints twice.
I expect them to win 10 games, Corey.
Yeah,
I do.
You ain't crazy. You ain't crazy. Lord have mercy. I can see 10 wins up in the schedule now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Did they win the division?
I said this before the season started. If they don't win at least 10 games, this season is a failure.
If they don't win 10 games, does Arthur Smith, is he gone? Arthur Smith gone?
No, because his dad is in charge of FedEx.
There you go.
Him and Arthur Smith they tie like shoelaces. He'll get at least another year. Because they'll come back with that, we're still not where we're supposed to be yet. So, water. And that's what they're going to say. That don't mean it's going to help us, but that's what it's going to say.
Talk to me about Bijan, man. I saw this catch that he had yesterday on Sunday. Like, I was watching it, and it looked even more difficult to conceptualize how that was done, because any normal player would have dropped the ball going for it. He basically was like, I got a feel for the ball. Yeah. I'm just going to look upfield, man.
I give it to him. That's the pick that Falcons went with in the first round. I'm just going to say that. But Bijan has done his thing. He's starting to grow on me a little bit. I like the way he runs the ball, and I like the way he catches the ball. And, if he's out in space, chances of it's pretty high that first guy's going to miss. So, them trying to get him the ball. But it's all still, like I told, one of our other partners, 2-pick, if the offensive line not blocking, if he can't get out of the backfield, I don't care how good he is. If you're getting hit in the backfield, it is what it is. But the play you're talking about, they got a drone down look at that play. Them looking down at how he caught the ball with one hand and was setting up somebody for a skip to my lose, slap their ankles to the side. And it was like, yo, this dude does have a chance to be special. And I can't take that away from him, but we still got work to do. We're not where we need to be at totally. We still got work to do.
Yeah, and I looked at this. I was blown away to see the fact he kind of moved away from the running game. And how is Jonnu Smith y'all's leading receiver when you have Kyle Pitts and Drake London on there? What's up with the two youngins that y'all took in back-to-back draft? What's going on? I know they didn't play at Georgia, so I wasn't a big Drake London fan, but I like Kyle Pitts. What happened? What's going on there?
You know I'm a Georgia fan.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a Georgia fan. They chose Drake London over George Pickens. That's all I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm gonna let people look at George Pickens, and I'm gonna leave that right there. I'm just leaving that right there. Pitts, they did one game in I want to say it was against Detroit. Him running a post. It was outside wide receiver. He ran a post, and he just didn't have the other gear. Like his knee is not fully healthy, but he's out there trying. That's what it looks like was going on with Pitts. Drake, he's going to have to learn to get open because he's not a speedster. He's almost a Mike Evans. He's a possession receiver. He's going to have to figure out how to beat that block and get open because he's a big guy, and here comes the ball. I mean, that's Jonnu Smith Jonnu Smith just been open, dog. It's amazing how he's been open, and he's catching the ball, and he's going upfield, no hesitation. Now, the thing is, can it integrate Patterson back after this thigh injury to give everybody problems? And having Patterson, Bijan, Pitts, London, all on the field at the same time. You know, say you got a twin set. You got Patterson and Pitts, and Bijan in the backfield, and one comes out. You know, that's how I see it, but, you know, I haven't seen it yet from the Falcons. But that gives you option. That shows you what exactly defense they're in. Because somebody's going to have to go with Patterson, but we know Patterson got top speed. Especially if he can get off the line for free. Untouched. He's going to be out of there. So that's going to make them, you know, have to show their thing. But they're bringing it back slowly. So we're going to have to wait and see. But Jonnu Smith, he's been open. He's been catching the ball. He's getting upfield. Got to go. Hit me with it. I ain't mad at it.
Hey, man. Hey. I mean, you're right, though. They get Patterson going. They can get Drake London to be functional, not be a regular UFC receiver at the next level. I think they're going to be a handful. They're going to be a problem. But let's shout out some people here. Dump Truck Don, first up in the house at 8:30. No, we don't start till 9 o'clock, but he coming up here in 30 minutes early. And then you say shout out, what's up, Corey? How you feeling? Super Chef up in the house. Dubs says, what's up, Warpath? What's up, Sam? Let's get back to 500, says Door Gunner. And then Disrespect. Hey, Dubs. He's about to take their first L this week. Bijan is a beast. Falcons are wasting Pitts, though. And then what's going on? Steve in command is. Corey said, down with the Dirty Birds. I heard that hail. And he said, shout out Steve. And then Pitts in Atlanta is having a Lambo and only driving it to Scott. Lord. He's driving like Damon Davis. That's what he's doing. Let's see here. And I just hope Taylor don't play. Welcome. What's up, Frost Portable? Hey, I gotta get with you to get that gift card to you. Check your map. It sounds like you went to your laptop. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate that. Because I did bump that up. Yeah, you ain't lying. Sure enough did. Thank you, Steve. Because that thing did come out, pause, when I first started. Oh, yeah. Whew. See, we don't have HR and stuff on here. We just go with the flow, and we apologize as need be. So talk to me about your defense, man. I know they got I know Jesse Bates is on this squad. They got this stalwart on their defensive line, and oh boy, Grady Jarrett, Calais Campbell's on the team this year now too. Have you warmed up to Troy Anderson, or was there another Bulldog you wish they could have?
He's in the concussion protocol.
Troy Anderson in the concussion protocol. That's right. He don't play in the last
2 weeks. Matter of fact, I think he might be on IR. I had to check on and see if he's out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you gotta be available to warm up to somebody.
Yeah, you're right.
You gotta be available. So much for all that speed when you ain't on the field. We got people that's questionable. Bud Dupree, he did good things at Green Bay. He did good things with Houston. He's trying to make his way to Atlanta, trying to help us out, which is what we like. Matter of fact, I take that back.
He was in Pittsburgh too, wasn't he? For
Anderson is on the IR. He got a torn pec. I must have missed that part. I didn't even see that. He has a torn pectoral muscle. He got 4
You worried about winning. That's why you didn't know. Man,
hey, that's all. I'm just like the Commanders, the Falcons are like Commander. I need to see W's on the board. The defense, Grady Jarrett is still the number one guy. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. We've been able to not get consistent pressure. Well, we have been able to get consistent pressure, just not enough to crash the pocket. Mm-hmm. We need somebody besides Grady, because there are times where Grady does do it, who can help him crash the pocket to squeeze on that quarterback to make him get rid of the ball faster. But I will say this. The combination of the whole group, his defense has played very, very well. They've bent, they've not broken. They've kept the Falcons in a lot of these games until, late in the third, late in the fourth quarter. Because, as I know, at some point, you don't been on the field all day, that dam is going to break. And it's going to pour. It's going to pour out of there.
Ooh, it will bust up. And, a lot of people don't know this about your boy Grady Jarrett, but one of y'all's other best defensive players in team history, Jesse Tuggle, that is his offspring.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, but I do. I told an Atlanta fan that one time. They didn't even know. They were like, yeah, Jesse Tuggle. Hey, I know he. I said, this Grady Jarrett's son, daddy, right? They were like, what? No. And then they were like, huh? Okay. Yeah, it is. It is. I said, hey, I do my research on my on my teams and everything. And I look at y'all's offense, and we haven't been able to stop a nosebleed, giving up 30-some points the last 4 weeks now. We've given up 30-plus points on defense, and it's been against good teams. It's been against terrible teams. The worst team out of the bunch scored the most points against us, and that was the Chicago Bears on a short week. So are y'all looking like, this is a game we can sink our teeth in, or do you feel like this is more of a trap game on y'all's end?
It's both. It's both because again, if you looked at my numbers from what I said, at least 10 games. Yeah. This is a first-year starter. I said we should beat every first-year starter. Mm-hmm. That's what I was say. I'm not, like I told Pick last week, I'm not changing it now.
I heard that.
I expect us to be every first-year starter. So with Sam Howell in his first full year as starter, they're going to have to confuse him.
Right.
They're going to have to take advantage of that. Offensively for us, we did trade for a wide receiver from the Rams, Van Jefferson.
He traded
one. Fifth round and seventh round picks. So, but what we need on offense, what we literally need on offense, we need a speedster.
Yep.
Somebody who can take the top off. We know there's only one Tyreek Hill. So I'm not saying Tyreek Hill. We only know there's one of those. But we need a speedster to take the top off to push people back. Because once you got to push people back, here comes Drake in possession. Here come those flare outs to Bijan. Here's John O. Smith or Kyle Pitts. Take your pick. Going across the middle. Now you got X's going across the middle. It opens everything up. I haven't had a chance to do a lot of information on Van Jefferson. I found out about it today. So whether or not he's going to even play this weekend, if they can get enough, he can play. We need a speedster. Yeah. We need to fix offensive line better. We need to fix a speedster. So with y'all struggling against the run, I expect to see a lot of running this week. That's what I expect. That's not what the head coach has been doing. Let me say that first. The head coach has not been doing that, but that's what I expect.
Okay. Well, we hope you throw the ball, but you look at it, said we've been terrible across the board in everything, and I know Pick and Lady A have probably expressed this here. I'll give you some numbers for you on defense. Total yards were 25th. Points against were 31st. Here, you want some more? Passing, we're 21st against. We give up we're 29th in passing touchdowns given up. We're getting up 10 so far. Rushing, we're 24th.
Oh, yeah, see?
Yep. Yards per attempt, we're 27th in the league. And here's another one. Here's a fun one for you. Opponents, we are second from the bottom in opponents starting field position. They get average start at their own 31.5-yard line.
Wow.
So there you go. That's like, what's a touchback? Touchback takes you out to the 25. You get 6+ yards, almost 7+ yards on that. So dude, there you go. On the defense side of the ball, and Cody Barton, Jamin Davis, our linebackers. I don't have to tell you that. See, this was fun when we have Sid on because Sid basically has to be he don't have to be a fan, but he has to be a Washington advisor. Is that in the contract pretty much? that Toothpick makes you sign before the start of the year? Must research this much about the Commanders. He said, Sanchez, keep your hand out of my pocket, brother. I can't.
Now, what I will say is, what I do like is when you guys put Gibson and Samuel in the backfield and put them in motion. Sometimes Howell is back to by itself, clears everybody out. Those two guys are mismatches. If they end up on a linebacker, again, Troy Anderson, the linebacker without a speed, he's on IR. Don't get me started on that. I'm trying to stay out of that. But but not just that. Let's talk about. I mean, we've given up some rushing yards as well. Let's talk about Robinson. If they come out and decide to run your Robinson, and get him started, So it's.
I don't hold the breath.
We're one of the teams that almost mirror images of each other. I mean, to say the least.
I'm gonna tell you this. I have a better shot of winning the Powerball than we have for being me to run the ball over 10 times. Like it is literally like I don't know if it's like the plague to him or what, but the fact that and I get we were behind, right? And I tried to make this argument with Toothpick yesterday. I said, I get that we were behind. I get we have to throw the ball, but his crappy ass offense also put us in those situations to go 3 and out. And I'm not saying as a whole it's crappy ass. I'm just saying in that microcosm of the season, it was crappy because we got 3 and out. And then you put yourself when you know your defense isn't worth its name printed on toilet paper. And you still like trying to air it out. You don't want to shorten the game up. You want to throw to the tune of throwing 55 times to close the game out.
Wow.
I don't think y'all have to worry about us running the ball.
55. That's
55 double nickel.
Wow.
It could have it literally it could apply for retirement in a couple of years. How many times we threw it that many? Like, come on now. Like,
but you know what? The defense got to be licking their chops.
We hope.
Offensive line.
Oh
Chase
yeah, y'all should.
Got to be licking his chops.
Should.
Because we got two tackles. We got one legacy tackle in Matthews that's been getting spin around like a teeter-totter. And then a guard and tackle on the right side. They can't hold a block. They can't hold a block long enough to hold a cup of ice cream.
Oh,
so,
I hear you.
Have
you seen our offensive line? Have you seen? I'm trying to like I thought this. I ain't trying to get you in trouble with the contract and everything. But have you seen this offensive line that's in burgundy and gold? Having about 29.
That's what I say. We're almost mirror. These teams are almost mirror images. With the exception is, I'll give y'all this.
Go ahead.
You guys have a better wide receiver group than we do.
Oh yeah, no doubt. We got better running back room than y'all too. But
well, I don't know about that because don't forget now, Algiers was 1,000-yard rusher last year.
Well, I deal in actualities and currents. Said I don't deal with what happened last year. Some of the fan base might do that. I sure do not. I live in the present. I'm just saying. I live right here, right now. Let's see here. What's up, JB? Excuse me. What's up, JB? I said HTTC. Yeah, the running back scares me. I hear that. Corlott says this is a throwaway year.
Wow.
And then Dump Truck Don says Washington looking for a get right game when they are the get right game. Atlanta's running backs better than Washington running backs. Huh? Okay, you say that. I just feel like our guys haven't had the chance to show what they got because of Eric, I need to throw the ball being me all the time. I don't get it. I really don't. Let me see here. So, we talked about the offensive line and the troubles that they've had. Is it just because y'all have y'all done the same thing we haven't and neglected it, or is it more of an injury thing? Talk to me about that.
No, it's a little bit of both at this point. They went plug and play last year, and a couple of guys they plug and play, they left. They're gone. But what irritated me the most was you cut a guy. You drafted two offensive linemen 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. One of them was rated, don't ask me how, was rated as one of the highest PFF ratings last year at his position. Don't ask me how, because I didn't see it. But hey,
Lindstrom,
the numbers don't lie. Lindstrom, I believe it was Lindstrom.
Yep, he's ranked according to PFF right now. He's ranked 7 out of 78 guards this year.
Yeah, last year I think he was number 1 last year. Amazing. And then the other guy, McGarity, the guy is falling down. The tight ends are chipping people into him. He's pushing them right around himself. Mm-hmm. And they cut him. They picked up Lindstrom's 5th-year option. They declined McGarity's 5th-year option. They cut him, put him on the street, went back and got it. And he started. What? But see, I know no one from the Falcons wants to hear this. You got a team 75 miles away that had everything you needed. Everyone was available at the time when you needed to pick. Everyone. You got Roger Jones, guess what? Now starting for the Steelers. Uh-huh. You got Agent Zero down there in Washington, now starting for the Steelers. You got Jalen Carter, number 1 defensive lineman in the league. You got who did I forget? But it was take your pick. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. Bijan's gonna be a monster, but we all know the lifespan of
running backs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, don't forget he did put a ball on the carpet last week. I forgot to throw that out there as well. But anyway,
nobody don't want to hear that though. Said nobody don't want to hear that.
They don't want to hear it, but I was. Hey, I had my binos on at the TV. Did he just put the ball on the carpet?
Yeah.
But you know what? That he actually that would be the second one, but the last one was a defensive penalty, so he got away with that one. So
no count, no harm, no foul.
Yeah,
right?
No harm, no foul. But that's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. You had Algiers who went over 1,300 yards in this same offense. The offense ain't changed last year to this year. Mm-hmm. So you decided to go this way instead of going this way. That's just my personal opinion. They're the professionals. They doing all this money.
Right.
They spending it. They're bringing people in. It is what it is.
Well, I mean, it would be like if your team need an offensive lineman and you drafted defensive backs in the first 2 rounds. No team would ever do that.
They did.
My team
running
did.
Running back, then DB in the second round.
I'm talking about a cornerback and then a DB who you heard, I know you heard this, that Ron Rivera basically, I'm paraphrasing this, and this is what I always say. Ron said, what? He was like saying that, sometimes depth, sometimes second round picks is going to be a depth player. And Quan Martin, who's a guy from Illinois, is behind some of these great players behind the secondary. Said, here we go. I don't know if I told you this or not, but Washington's pass defense is ranked 21st out of 32 teams. But he's stuck behind some of these great DBs in Washington. And he can't see the field.
I mean, did he see the field when they pulled him and put him on the bench?
No, that's Forbes.
I'm talking about Forbes.
Oh, yeah.
Did
There's talk of Danny Johnson probably taking over his role.
Oh boy.
Yes.
You know what? I hope Danny start this week. I'm going.
Oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. You don't.
Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and put it out there this week. I want Danny to go ahead and start this week. I'm going to go ahead and put that into the air now, into the atmosphere.
You don't. You don't want it. I would love it. Because it does give you a little bit more of a liability. And Will says it's brutal. You got to tell me, Will, what's so brutal? But yeah, I don't know, bro. I feel you. We like kindred spirit, and they gave McGarry, whatever his name is, 3 years, $35.5 million on like a contract extension because they declined his 5th-year option.
Yep.
So they gave him the extension. Yeah.
They declined it and then cut him in the preseason.
Mm-hmm. Lord have mercy. It's wild, man. It is wild.
They cut Mr. Two-Step. I ain't never gonna forget Mayfield. When I say Mr. Two-Step, we were playing. I forgot who we were playing. Don't make a difference. Anyway, the dude, it don't make a difference who it was. The defensive end stepped inside. He went inside. The dude hit him with the right step, went right around like he was standing there. What? You got two-stepped at the line? Ain't touching. I'll put him on the bench him. Get him out of there. Get him out of there.
Oh man.
Say, don't need him. Don't want it.
Man, oh man. So then you got Jake Matthews on there as the left tackle. Yep. And he comes from that family of all them great NFL players. And what is he? He's Bruce's boy. Bruce, I would say, is one of the best all-around offensive linemen in NFL history. Played a lot at center, tackle, and guard. And yeah, 2 dysfunctional teams.
He got a massive contract.
Yeah.
Last year, the year before.
Last year, 3 years, $52.5 million for the Falcons. Yep. And he has started 138 consecutive games, 145 consecutive games now to his ledger. So there you go, man. I think y'all's offensive line. Now, hopefully, this is a get right game for our defensive ends, our bookends, people who are ready to sell off Chase Young to the glue factory. And Montez Sweat had 2 sacks in his last appearance against against Atlanta, or sack and a half, I think that was. So I think it'd be a good matchup. It'll be a better matchup with y'all's offensive line and our offensive line than the inverse of it, man. Because these little holy diaper offensive line unit that we have with Leno, Charles, Gates, Cosme, and Wiley, Lord have mercy.
Because you remember last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, had Mariota been able to throw a ball,
yeah,
which is why he's barely hanging on to the league right now.
And then he quit.
Yeah,
he quit.
Yeah, because he got put on the bench and he quit. That's why he was only in a TV show like an episode and a half. But anyway,
you're right. You ain't lying. That's everybody's like, oh, he had a baby. He need to focus on family. Yada. No, he quit. Like, stop that. Don't be that person. Don't be that. Don't be that foolish.
Matter of fact, as we look at as I review the stats from last year, Brian Robinson had 105-yard rushing.
You remember that touchdown reception he had when he baptized one of your boys?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember that. He took him down to the river, did it old school.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
I baptize you in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
But Mariota had that crucial interception at the end of the game. But see, that's the difference between Ritter and Mariota. Mariota was a willing runner. So that made people step back a little bit, but they knew he was suspect in throwing the ball. Ritter can throw the ball, but he's not a willing runner. That's the difference between the two. Because had Ritter, I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna say that had Ritter been in that position last year, they probably would have scored. It would have been a better pass. That pass by Mario was horrible. Let's just put it real. It was
that horrible. That pressure was good too. Now don't forget that pressure was good. Like Deron Payne, everything. Come on now, you don't take it away. Don't take it away from us now. Don't do that. Especially but like we flip it right, and we talk about y'all's defense. How's Jeff Okudah doing down there?
He's actually Jeff Okudah's playing. He's played his second game because he was still injured. Matter of fact, he played against Detroit. Played pretty well. Few passes defensed. I think they had him a pitch count against Detroit. But he's coming on well, man. He's gonna get all the passes coming his way because you got AJ Terrell on the other side.
Yep.
Who's locking down number ones. The only difference is he's not traveling from one side to the other. So either Alfred or Okudah, when they go to the other side, they got to pick up that number one guy. I know Alfred from when he got drafted by Dan Quinn, and he's been like this most of his career. Is he going to show up today? He ain't showing up today. So, this system that they're using, it hasn't been too bad so far. I mean,
all right then. And you also got Jesse Bates out there, comes over from Cincinnati. Yeah, looking at his advertised too, isn't he?
Yes, tied for the league in interceptions.
There you go. So you got that. I fear that I don't fear many things, but when it comes to my team playing against each other, but I think y'all have the ability to expose a bugaboo on this defense, and that's causing Sam to force throws. Now you can lock down McLaurin and one of those other guys take him away. I think you can force him to make an interception. And your defense, all they have to do is blow real hard, and they'll be able to knock down the offensive line. That wasn't suspect what I said, but anyway, blow like that. Stop, said you. See, that don't make no sense.
Hey, but you know what? If they come out doing what they did against Arizona, with McLaurin, getting him off early, those little short inside, those 3-step passes where he going out 3 steps and cutting across the field, right across the middle, those slants, that's going to be interesting to see because they got the whole offense started. I remember that drive, y'all went right down the field, boom, 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 went right down the field, scored a touchdown, and then it disappeared. So I can't figure that out as well.
Get them off schedule really quickly. I think that's what said was alluded to, Mass Collect. Let's hit the comment section here. What's up, Spider Monkey? Let's see. Forbes on drink might be the bounce back he needs.
If Taylor comes in, the season is over.
Oh no, y'all! Hey, he making fun. You don't want no Heineke hope.
Nope.
That's it, dude.
If he comes in, the season is over.
That's that crackhead energy that they have, like down there. Like I feel like that crackhead energy you need because we didn't have that in Washington. We still wish we had that Taylor Heineke crackhead energy. And the boy is a son of Georgia. I mean, hadn't be great. Yeah. He plays his former team, and he comes out there for his hometown Atlanta Falcons.
Well, see, that's that nonsense right there. And when I say nonsense, is that's what's going to happen. He's going to bring Taylor Heineke out there for some nonsense play, and it's going to be a fumble. It's going to be a pick. We're like, he couldn't have saved this to the fourth quarter. We were up like 20 or something like that. Not saying we're going to be up 20, but hypothetically.
No, you did. Y'all, he just said they're going to be up by 20. Yeah, he just said that. You know what? If you're on any other channel, we take that as disrespect. But at this point, we kind of like, he's not wrong.
Did it say how long it take for Atlanta to try and get Cody Barnum covering Bijan? Oh, that's going to happen after like the first. It's in the first quarter. Within the first or second series, they're going to throw the ball to Bijan out there on the edge, left side or right side. So I hope Cody got on a good pair of cleats and the ankle protectors and everything.
He ain't gonna. I mean,
right. I got to give it to him. The boy is killing people in space. I mean,
no. That's my concern is that we still got Cody Barton out there. That's the nonsense that I'm talking about. Said he was literally afraid to jump on a fumble against Philadelphia. Like he over pursued because he was like, oh, football there. I'm good. I just this defense hasn't forced a turnover in what 10 quarters, 9 quarters. Wow. Said they were on a streak. They were on a streak into the Philadelphia game, into at the end of the first half till the beginning of the second half in the Chicago game, where they scored the team scored on 11 of 12 drives, whether it was a touchdown or a field goal. So combined, Chicago scored from the end of the first half. I mean, the Eagles and the Bears. Boom, 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 punt. Boom, 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 boom. They had 5 consecutive possessions of scores last week on Thursday Night Football. So, I mean, it's not a real possibility that can happen. That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, I'm throwing you a bone here. Just let you know, like, hey, this is going to happen. So, let's see here. Frost Porter Below says, if Drake London and Kyle Pitts go off on us this season is over because Kyle Pitts don't be doing anything. Now, he does have his kryptonite. Jamin Davis plays.
Now, and I will also say this. He's getting targets. If anybody's been getting targets, it's been Kyle Pitts. He's been getting targets so far this year. The connection has been off. Like I said about that bomb, they threw that bomb out there to him, and he didn't catch. It made it look a little gimpy, but he has been getting targets. I hate to be the one to tell
you. I just, gee, Lord have mercy. Let me see how many targets does he have?
20, 29, 33 targets in 5 games.
Jeez. Kyle Pitts, I got 32 here. Him and Drake London have the most targets. 32 and 31.
The connection's been off, but he's been getting targets now.
Okay. Lord have mercy. Spider Monkey says, do your job. And this is in the Commanders' locker room. When they went in there for open locker room today, they had a sign up that wasn't there last week. And it says, do your job. Like Ron Rivera's trying to find his inner Bill Belichick and just tell everybody, just do their job. So maybe Cody
or is inner Saban.
Yeah, either one.
Well, you know what? We can't say Saban because Saban can have them boys that they're doing full contact. So we can't say Saban.
That's true. He'd be fine by this point. He'd be fine. What's up, Seven Hills Law? Let's see here. Spider Monkey says, imagine Taylor comes in late and beats us at the end. LOL. We're the type of team it would happen to. But they don't want that nonsense, though. Still hoping Taylor plays somehow. Washington owes Atlanta an ass beating since he's not in. Let's see here. Should have traded for Okuda. And let's see here. This time of year, Del Rio starts to turn it on. Well, we hope. Yeah, what do you think about Jack off Del Rio in his defensive scheme?
I don't understand that dude. In a game against Arizona, I can because sometimes I don't get a chance to watch the whole game. He was only rushing 4, and I was like, "You're not getting there with 4. What is he waiting on?" And it took him to after halftime to bring more people. Why does it take the halftime to make? You can look at the same thing I'm looking at. If I can see it watching the game, how can you not see it and you're at the game? Four people aren't getting there. You know, y'all got Dobbs in the quarterback in the back there. You know, just chilling. Okay, there you go, right there, and throw this rock out this way, Bink. Which is what he was doing. So I mean, Jack Del Rio, I think his job is on the line as well.
Yeah. I think it should be
because you have too much talent on the defensive line. That if the defensive line, those four aren't getting there, and you have to bring at least one more, I mean, it's that simple. That's what I see. But I mean, you know, I don't know what he sees or what his ideal is on what he's trying to run or cultivate. But he's not. He needs to bring that other person to get the quarterback to move. But once you get the quarterback off his spot and he moves, that lowers his averages for most quarterbacks in completions. So I guess we'll see.
Okay. All right. So we kind of touched on everything, and y'all have a hell of a kicker, by the way, too. So Verican, Young Wei Who. Yeah.
Young Wei Koo.
Yeah, who?
Young Wei Koo.
Yeah, Pikachu. Anyway, so I ask you this: Atlanta wins this game. Give me three things Atlanta needs to do to win this game against the Commanders on Sunday.
First of all, they have to run the ball off tackle. They have to, if they have to give these tackles help to get the ball into. When I say run off tackle, I mean I know you got Chase on one side, got Swift on the other. It's got to be a tight end to help that tackle so we can open up that spot to run the ball. Ritter has to be able to do his play action passes. You know, again, he played very well last week, play action pass, completions. Similar to it last week. Defensively, we have to, if we got to bring one more, we have to make Sam Howell uncomfortable, willing to run the ball and not let him slide out of there, you know, and make a fantastic play. At the same time, we have to keep an eye on McLaurin where he's just not running past nobody. Him and not Diami, what's the other guy's name? I'm so sorry.
Samuel. Yeah.
You know, and not letting Samuel, you know, because y'all got some track stars out there, run past everybody and throw those deep balls. So they have to be consistent in doing that right there. In that aspect of it, if we do those three things, we should win this game.
Okay. All right then. So this is what I think we need to do. Washington wins against Atlanta, and this is all. This is kind of like I'm going to the chapel. If you're Catholic, we're going to confessional. I'm looking inside of me because I need that purification. I got to have the spirit because you know how G. Patterson used to say, when something starts moving on the inside, everything on the outside just start working. I'm paraphrasing it. But, you know, we need something on the inside to start working. First thing we need to do, I need better communication between Jonathan Allen and Chase Young. It seems like every time there's a big run, it's on their side of the field. The hole is widening open. The alley is widening open. And they seem like been miscommunications where like it's like Chris Tucker and Jackie Chan, right? It's like, I go this way, you go that way. And it's like, I go that way, you go this way. No. So we need to have somebody. We have to have better gap integrity on that side with them, and they got to communicate better. Hopefully, they get that taken care of this week as well. My second point is no turnovers, forced turnovers. What do I mean by this? They need to be clean. They have to be clean in the turnover bat. They don't need to turn this ball up. No cheap stuff. This is a pretty good secondary as far as it goes with the Atlanta Falcons. So nothing stupid. Don't force anything. But on the other hand, you do need to force a turnover, a meaningful turnover. You haven't had a meaningful turnover since since week 2 when we beat the Denver Broncos. Since then, you had a cheap shot, an interception that was pretty much a punt. And then you've had 2 clean games by the opposing opponent. So, I think that's going to be key is on offense, clean turnovers and forcing turnovers on defense. I think if you +2 in the turnover category area, I think you can win the game. And then my third one is get back to basics. And what does basics mean? I need this team to run the damn ball. I need power football. I need Brian Robinson to run the ball until he throws up. The man is our very own Luke Cage. And I said this before. The Bullets couldn't stop him. Neither should man. So I think they've got to find some ways to be more creative in the run game as well. And that means not just let them hit the hole. Let them hit up the A gap and everything. You don't have to bounce them up B or C gap type plays. You can let them go in between the guard and the center. And I think if you do that and you shorten the game up, you have an opportunity to win. So I think focus on the run game, being turnover aware. So you need to force some, and you got to stay clean on your side of the ball. And then I think better communication on the defensive line, because that's where it all starts for our guys, is the fact that they have been missing communication, especially John Allen and Chase Young on that defense. So y'all tell us what you think in the comments. It's sad now we got about 10 more minutes to go. And we just like on your show said.
Thank you, Spider Mike. My man.
It's a hot take, but we need to avoid being. Yes, this is true. This is true. That's a hot take. That's not a hot take. That's just plain ass facts right there. That's just plain ass. That's cold, hard facts right there, bro. Let's see here. Said you like to make people money, don't you? So I don't want you to give away your hand, because I think y'all need to see Said on First String Podcast, because while Toothpick is the conductor, Said is the glue that holds the show together, and he'll admit that. And I'm not just saying that because he's on here right now. So with that being said, we'll dive into it, and I'll give you, let's go. Let's go with the first game of the of Sunday, because I don't really want to touch Denver and Kansas City. Baltimore and Tennessee in Europe.
Another overseas game?
Yeah, another overseas game. Tennessee 4-point dogs in this one. And said, I don't know about Baltimore, but I feel like Baltimore's biggest enemy is John Harbaugh over the last couple of years. And some of the stupid decisions that he's made going for it on fourth down. I think he made one last week against the Bills a few weeks.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him? It was just me. We'll give it a quick second here for him to get back in here. Look, we lost him for a second. We was talking about Lamar and the Ravens. They are 3-2. Lamar has had some selfish fumbles as of late, holding the ball in one hand and running like it's a little tote bag. So he's actually putting the ball on the ground. That's what cost him a game against the Steelers, because it was a fumble he had on there, and that's what cost him a game against the Colts, because he did the same thing. But he's actually had a fumble in the Colts, Browns, and the Steelers game. Yep. Even though they won the game against the Browns. Well, we know he won that game because the starting quarterback didn't play.
So yeah, +4. I didn't hear any of that, but I know it was good.
No, I was just talking about that. Yeah. That Lamar is a reason. He's part of the reason for those two losses. Mm-hmm. He has some Vic-like tendencies where he tends to run with the ball in one hand like it's a loaf, or he's standing in the pocket with one hand and they're coming around and they're karate chopping it, down to the ground. And against the Steelers, that was one of the things against the Steelers. Mm-hmm. He put it on the ground. They knocked the ball out of his hand, put it on the ground. So,
does Baltimore bounce back this week against Tennessee?
Even though I said the Ravens, I didn't think the Ravens would make the playoff this year. This is my personal opinion. I think they're good enough to beat Tennessee. Tennessee is struggling. D-Hop is catching everything they're throwing out there. But the run game is not the run game anymore. I don't know what they're missing. I don't know what they need to do. I mean, Henry's trying, but Henry is unable to, what I said earlier, get out of the backfield. And
Said you know,
out of the backfield.
He like that 1980 Cadillac that you got in your backyard, right? It's got about 200,000 miles. It the road for 1988 Cadillac Coupe de Ville, and you know with the little soft cover on the back, a little soft hard cover on there, and you know what? It looks good. It rides. It was riding you for a while. It's a good old reliable vehicle, and now it's hit the wall. I think that's what I think you'll get a couple more drives out of him, but I think he's been ridden too hard. Has old boy. So Derrick Henry. I think the time is coming where you hit the wall. We saw with Steven Jackson, who's one of these big power backs. Remember when he came to y'all? Yep. He had one good season, then he kind of hit that wall. So I think that's what's going to happen with him. And having been said to that, the public right now is hammering, and I mean hammering the Titans 75%. Give me the Ravens minus the 4. I will take I'll take them to cover, and I eat those 4 points, even though the Ravens are overrated.
Just because he like to put a ball on the ground, man. I mean, I hate to say money line because that's minus 200. You know what? It's going to be a close game. Give me Tennessee in that +4.
Ooh, said plus the 4. We got it. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, here's another one. Minnesota is 2.5-point favorites. No Justin Jefferson. They go to Chicago to take on the Bears, who just came back from beating us into oblivion. And they came off of a close game against the Chiefs at home. But Sam, something stinks here, man.
It does. Hey,
something smells.
If Jefferson ain't playing, I don't even know how Minnesota's a favorite.
Yeah, I don't know how they're a favorite. I don't know if this is like Vegas trying to sucker us in or what, but something stinks. Oh God, let's see. I gotta go back here. I gotta go back here and check my book on this now. I gotta check the book on this.
What I think is, I'm going to say this now. While you do that, what I think is, if the Chicago Bears realize after playing Washington, if we keep Justin Fields clean, he'll dice and slice anybody out there on the field, which is what we said at the beginning of the year. And this Minnesota team is they free falling. We knew once they got rid of the number one running back, then re-sign him, who was literally keeping them in games last year. And he's gone. I think the Bears gonna win this game.
Yeah, you know what? Give me the Bears on the money line for that. I like it. Give me some.
Yeah, I would say the same. Give me the. We don't lost him again. I as well. I think I'm gonna take the Bears money line as well. I think the Bears win this game. I think Justin Fields, this offensive line, have seen that if we help him, he'll do exactly what they drafted him to do, or exactly what Atlanta should have drafted him for. I mean, but hey, you know.
Dick Butkus. It goes to Dick Butkus. Then I had John Harbaugh shut me down, and it goes to Dick Butkus has come here and trying to shut your boy down. Boy. Let's see here. San Francisco. I feel like that number's gonna go up, so I ain't gonna touch that one. Here we go.
He's not playing.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. Yeah. No, he gonna be at Heaven on Earth massage parlor watching this game. New England is at at the Raiders, and that was the scene of a terrible beat last year when they were trying to do something. But the Raiders -3, so 3-point favorites against the Patriots, who have scored 3 points in the last 2 games. They've been outscored 72-3. And Vegas coming off a big win on Monday night. What do you think, Sid?
I think that Belichick teaches his disciple, even though he got a bad squad, they still good enough to beat you. Give me the Patriots in that +3.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna ride with the Patriots too. I think they finally get right in this game, and
because you know what? Don't be surprised if Zap starts his game.
Oh, Bailey's happy. Okay.
Don't be surprised if Zap starts his game. Don't be
Moscow.
surprised.
Oh gosh, again after Mugshot Mitch over there. Okay, Mugshot Mac. Let's see here. Detroit is at Tampa. Detroit +3 in the hook favorites against the creamsicle Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That looks like that's going to be Fox's game of the week or whatever, or one of it could be the Fox game of the week with these two teams' records. Who you like in this one?
I don't like Tampa. I can tell you that. They got Baker Mayfield. But I will say this. Detroit is down one running back, Jamar Gibbs. Groin, maybe it was a thigh that I was reading earlier. So he may not play. But Montgomery's back. That's who carried the ball most of the time last week anyway. I think Detroit wins this game. I'm not a Baker Mayfield believer. He gonna have these decent games here and there, but Detroit brings a defense. They tote their own defense.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take Detroit and I'm gonna lay that 3.5.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. I like Detroit as well in that game. And let's go a little bit. Let's go Monday night. And Dallas is at the Chargers. They're coming off a teeth kicking against San Francisco, but they stay out there in California. +2.5 favorites are the Cowboys. Does Dallas bounce back?
I will say this. Austin Eckler is cleared. He will be playing this week.
Shout out to Austin Eckler.
And you know, when Austin Eckler's in the game, somewhere out of the line, he comes out somewhere and takes off. The Chargers have a lot of speed at wide receiver, which is going to give the Cowboys problems. The offensive line of the Chargers is decent, but they still have problems. But the Chargers also have Khalil Mack on defense, which is bad for Dak Prescott at the same time, because I think they had two. I think he had 2 sacks by himself in the last game. They're playing it. Give me, you know what? Give me the Chargers. I'm going straight money line on this one. I'm not even taking a plus. Give me the Chargers money line. They're playing at home. They're hyped up. Give me the Chargers money line.
Well, you know, it's like a road game. That's like playing a home game in Vegas. So Dallas will be playing a home game here. And with that being said, I think Kellen Moore's going to come out more motivated, and I think these players are going to come out motivated for him on the offensive side of the ball.
Kellen Moore.
God,
I sure did.
So I don't think Fred Flintstone and company got anything for him. So it's going to be a bed rocking by.
It's going to be a bed rocking by who? Okay, he'll tell them to get back. I think the Cowboys' doomsday defense has taken a significant hit. It's going to be interesting to see, can Dan Quinn get this defense motivated to do the same thing they did in weeks 1 and week 2. The Cowboys are slipping down a bunch of different rankings, especially offensively with Dak throwing those picks. Can Dak complete those passes equally and keep it going? It's even not being a Dak fan. It's just off the scheme that the Chargers have. It's not going to give him time to do that. They got 2 guys, one on each side, crashing the pocket. Isn't it the Bosa in the Chargers as well?
Yep.
So you got Bosa on one side, you got Khalil on the other side. So, give me the Chargers money line straight up.
I heard that. Okay, yeah, I like the Chargers too in this one. I think they bounce back, and like I said, I think this offense is going to show up. Before the Boogeyman shows up again, said that we have come to the end of this one. I appreciate you coming on here. I know most of our people might know where they can find you, but just for those who don't know, tell them where they can find you at social media and on this space we call YouTube.
You can find me at ublink71. That's Twitter, everything. Our podcast is at First Stream Podcast. We're on every platform. You can find us, join us on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Saturdays is when we do our NFL picks. Thursdays is when we do our college picks. For those of y'all who watch college football, we do college as well. So join us, check us in, see if you like us. It's at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 Eastern Time. So join us if you want to come in, take a look at us. See what we're doing. Hey, we're there. We have a little fun. We talk a little trash. We put picks in. You can see the stats at the end of the week. Who's doing what?
Who's leading the picks? Who's leading the picks right now? As
Lady
of last week,
she's up 2 in the NFL.
Okay, all right. But
you then me, then pick.
That usually happens.
I am for those who don't know, I am the return champion. Hey, make sure I get that out there so they know.
The returning champ, the people's champ. He had that was your profile picture. You had the belt on in there, the championship belt. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, that was in the picture. I said that's too much. We gotta cut that off. But no, I said I appreciate you, brother, coming on here. Although I can't wait to see your Braves get eliminated tomorrow. I hate that it has to be at the hands of the Philadelphia Phillies. But I just love seeing the Braves lose because it's like watching the Cowboys lose. I know.
And had I known that Jinx was in with us being the number one team in MLB, like I told you before you started, the last 6 teams with the number one record at the end of the year, only one team has went to the World Series.
Yep. Hey, and look at what happened to the Orioles too. They got shellacked in 3. But hey, and the beat goes on, as they would say. And then go Dogs. Hopefully people wake up to what's coming to them. Apparently we got people in Knoxville. They already saying they're gonna take down the Dogs at the end of the season.
Hey, nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. Move along. These aren't the droids you're looking for. But
nothing to see here. We underrated. Nothing to see here. We just trying to win another game. We're gonna fight through it best we can. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, but for said, I appreciate it, bro. And for said, and the whole Atlanta fan base and our Burgundy and Gold as well. I'm saying, Sanchez 405. We keep that same damn energy because we can outlast them bastards together. And please let us beat these. Let's pluck these bastards' feathers on Sunday. I'll be back here with you on Sunday. Be on the PSF app as well. And then tomorrow night, I'll be on the PSF app at 7:30 for No Limit Command. Y'all go check that out. And welcome to be a Nats fan, Frost 40 Below, because that's happened before with us. So, but till next time, y'all, love, peace, and hell. Somebody, please get my damn theme music. Where is it at? I don't know. We lost the damn thing. There it is right here. We out.
Boy, you silly. You muted. I don't hear anything. I don't hear anything at all. There you go. I don't hear none at all.